Sennefer and
The tomb of Sennefer. The tomb
the
of
tomb of
Sennefer.
Sennefer. And khalas, we know now that Nefer was one of the famous words in the ancient Egyptian language. Nefer means beautiful. And we used it in many names like Nefertiti, Nefertari, especially the names of women.
Yes.
Nefer is beautiful. Nefer or Sennefer is one of the most beautiful tombs in Egypt. And this is why I brought you here. If we can't see the tomb of Nefertari, طبعا people see the tomb of Nefertari because of the colors. If we can't see it, we didn't pay 1,000 pounds. Here, we pay much less and we see something similar because the colors are the most preserved you can ever see. This is why it's difficult to come here, but you will see it's worthy. Sennefer was the royal gardener of the pharaoh. Okay? And that was known later because in the beginning there was a long debate. When they went into the tomb, they found that the ceiling is not flat as usual. The ceiling is rough, but colored, painted in a very nice way. And they thought maybe that the ceiling was very hard, too hard stone, so they couldn't flatten it, and they left it as it is. But later, when they translated the texts, they could know that the job of this person, of this noble, was the gardener of the vine gardens. You know the vine?
Yeah.
Grapes.
Grapes, that's right.
Okay, so he wanted the ceiling to be related to his job. His tomb is a vine.
Oh. Okay, so
And
no
this-
sky here.
Huh?
There's no sky. It's like a,
Inside, but in the first room you're going to see you are in a vine
Okay.
garden. Okay?
Okay.
And you're going to see the grapes coming on.
Okay.
The tomb is divided into two parts again. The first one supposed to be supervising the work of the tomb.
Okay.
Okay, he is there and he is checking all the treasures like masks and things like that brought into the tomb. When you get inside the tomb was ordered to be bigger than usual, so they needed to carve 4 pillars inside the tomb. As I said, the colors are amazing, the most preserved you can ever see in here. And I have on my mobile phone some pictures so you can see, because still I'm not allowed to get inside. ما ينفعش أنزل، صح؟ Here is the picture for. Can you see
Wow,
that?
yes.
Can you see that?
No.
He, his wife, and that's the royal or the high priest who's doing the purification scene. Here, this is the very important. You're going to see that. Can you see that? It's a head of human,
Yes.
a body of a bird.
falcon,
That's the
yeah.
ba. And this is explaining the Sennefer that he's going to be divided into a ba and a mummy. Can you see the mummy? It's difficult to see. The mobile is just. But anyway, this is what you can see. When you go inside, the first room to the right, you're going to see he and his wife. He loved his wife very much. I'm going to tell you why later. And there's something like purification and burning incense in front of them. Then they explain him what happens after death. So in something like a box, still on the right, you're going to see that he died, and he's going to be divided into a ba, the soul, and a mummy. So you have to do offerings and to appreciate highly 2 gods, which are very important. You're going to see them in the beginning. You're going to see the god with the white dress, who is Osiris, the god of the paradise, and just behind him you can see Anubis, the god Anubis, the god of mummification. Then to the left you're going to see 2 boats, one sailing north, and then under you're going to see it sailing south. That was the pilgrimage trip in the ancient Egyptian time. Yani as we have Mecca today,
Yeah.
Palestine for Christians or for Jewish, they had Abydos. I wished you
Abydos.
could see Abydos.
Where is Abydos?
Abydos is like 200 kilometers to the north.
In Egypt still.
It's here.
Okay.
It's 200 kilometers to the south,
Okay.
to the north.
Okay.
They used to go to Abydos because Abydos was the tomb of the god Osiris.
Oh,
And Osiris was the god of paradise, the god of the dead, and so on. So the pharaohs who had power and money dug two tombs. One which was original, which is close to the pyramids in Giza,
Yeah.
and a false tomb in Abydos, just to be close to Abydos. Although they were buried in Cairo, but
Okay.
they had a false tomb in Abydos. For nobles, they had just to do the trip, to take a boat, sail to Abydos, and come back. For the people who could not afford
To go to
that trip,
yeah.
they just painted that trip on the walls of the tomb. Why I told you that this person loved his wife very much. This is another love story which makes the tomb again parallel to Nefertari, because
Okay.
Nefertari was done for what?
For love. Yeah.
It's the same. All the pillars, yani every pillar has four sides.
Okay.
All the scenes on the pillars are romantic scenes. The wife is sitting beside his feet, or the wife is giving him a flower to smell.